Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? My name's Rob Carmona, and welcome back to another episode of Rob the Mic. Thank you guys for all the love on last week's episode and for all the interactions. And also, those are the homies out there that are working out, putting in their time, and showing me progress, showing me your gyms, showing me all that stuff. Like, it's fucking cool. It's super tight. Like, I love like this other community that's kind of coming about with this whole like fitness journey that I'm on, and it's tight. Like, I'm here for it. This is my officially my third week doing it. Like, I feel good. I feel good. I don't know how else to explain it to you guys. Like, it's something that I've always had a really rough time doing, and I think a lot of it is just kind of doing it on my own and kind of holding myself accountable. And once Sebastian got me started, I was like, oh man, like I don't know how this is gonna go because it's really rough. Like the workouts aren't the most easy, but they're worth it. And now I'm at a certain point where I'm starting to see results. I'm starting to feel results. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like this is where it's at. Like I actually love this. And it's something that I crave every day now, which is cool. Like even on my rest days, I'm like, maybe I should like get it a little bit. But then I try to tell myself, like, no, you gotta chill out. You don't wanna overexert, do too much, end up hurting yourself in some way because it's really, really easy to do that. And I think a lot of you who know that or who work out or kind of in that realm, you kind of know what I'm talking about, right? Like it's easy to push yourself to the point. Like it's one thing to go to failure, right? Like if you're doing certain reps, you're doing sets, and then you got one more in you, and then you're just like, okay, cool, like I'm done, right? It's one thing to do that, but then to push yourself a little bit harder, add more weight, do certain things. When you go that route, and you end up hurting yourself, then you put yourself out of the game for longer. And that's what I'm trying not to do right now. So trying to just stay consistent, be on it as best as I can, replenish my body with whatever protein, any sort of anything that I need, any nutrients, right? So I'm not being super crazy about it, but I'm definitely a lot more aware of it than I was. And especially since it's aiding the results that are starting to come about, I'm like, all right, cool. This is what happens when you stay on track, when you do what you got to do, when you stay on top of it, right? So it's dope. And again, I appreciate those of y'all who feel comfortable enough and that are just reaching out, being like, hey, dude, check out my gym, or yo, bro, like, this is the progress. What's up? What are you doing? What you want? And it's like, it's sick. I love it. Like, again, another little community is like starting to come about. And I'm not saying that I'm jumping into this whole gym bro life and it's gonna be my entire persona. Like I'm far from that shit. It's definitely not gonna be that. But I really do enjoy working out. And I'm excited. And it's got me like looking at things a little bit different, which is cool. Like in any of my frustrations or anything that I'm kind of dealing with at the moment, I'm able to get it out in these workouts. And I'm able to sleep at night, and I'm able to just kind of function a little bit differently. Like I'm not saying this shit has changed my entire life, but I do notice that things are different. Emotionally and all that, like I still kind of feel the same. Like I'm dealing with the shit that I'm dealing with, right? And that stuff doesn't really go away, at least not yet. But I notice like the physical, the mental is a little bit different. Again, when I'm putting in my time, when I'm putting in my work, whatever I'm feeling through my day, I can let it out in that workout. I can go a little bit harder. I can push myself a little bit more. And it just feels good because I'm able to put that energy somewhere. And I think that was something that I was lacking in my life was I had so much pent up energy, and it's like, where do I put it? Where do I go? What do I do? And the fact that I can put it into something that is giving back to me is fucking amazing. And I've experienced things like this before, right? Like I have worked out in the past, and I know what it's like to put time into something and for it to be so rewarding in that way. But working out is very different. Like when it involves like physical fitness, it is very different because I think you doing hobbies and stuff like that, like when it comes to like cars and trucks, like I love putting my time into that. And I love seeing the direct result from it. Like if I'm at Sebastian's, we're working on the Jeep, we're getting things ready. And then we have a trail day the next day. We go out, make it happen, do all the shit, get home safe. It's like, hey, cool. Everything we did was all worth it, right? Whether it was like bolt checks or just kind of making sure everything is good, packing up. That's one thing. That's one experience, right? When you work out and you put time into yourself and you see and you feel the difference, it's like, oh shit, okay, this is why you do this. And it was cool because I even had that conversation with a buddy of mine on Saturday, but we're going to get into all that right now. But anyways, yeah, fucking sick. thank you guys for being so supportive. Thank you for sharing your journeys with me, your processes, and like things that help you out, because it helps me out. I'm able to take my notes and share things here and there and say, oh, okay, cool. Like, this is what I'm doing. Oh, okay, this is what you're doing. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And just the conversation that's come from that. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Now, jumping into the episode. On Saturday, unfortunately, I had a memorial to attend, and it was for LGP, aka LG Puke. He's a painter that was out here based in the Valley, part of the Cabrones, and I had the honor of being there. So thank you guys. I want to thank the club, thank everybody, the family, for having me. It was an honor. And it was just something that, it's like I explained on last week's episode. Like, I think there's certain things that you just have to do, right? Like, I think even if you don't know somebody very well, but if they contribute to the scene that you're in, if they contribute to the realm that you participate in, I do think you have an obligation to show up, to show face, and just say, hey, like, I'm here to pay respects. I might not have known him this way, or whoever the person is, I may not have known them very well, but I'm just here to pay my respects and to say thank you. And in this case, I wasn't super close to Puke. Have I had conversations with him? Yes. Have I shot a ton of his work? Yes. And it's like I had mentioned to you guys before, it was, and still is, some of my all-time favorite work to shoot. His work with flake, pinstriping, everything. His panel work is insane. The man is incredibly talented. And the cool thing is that these art pieces are going to live on forever. So I feel a responsibility to showcase that every chance that I get, in every video, in certain photos, and however I can, right? Because I want to showcase that. It's like, hey, if you guys didn't know who he is, you will now. And if you're curious, look at the work, see what's going on. Like, this is what happens when you paint and you put so much love into your art. You end up creating these works of art, these pieces that just stand the test of time, right? Things that you'll always remember, like, oh, I remember who painted that. Or maybe you weren't super into paint, but now that you kind of see these kind of things and you're like, oh man, I'm noticing a certain style. I like this guy's work. Oh, it turns out it's Puke. Like, oh dude, that's fucking sick. I had no idea. So I love kind of sharing that message and just being a part of that. And on Saturday, even though it was a really difficult day, it was beautiful to be a part of it and to share it with all these people that I love and care for. Because that's ultimately what I went there for. Like, I didn't go to take pictures. Like, that wasn't my primary. I have my camera on me, and if I shoot, whatever. But my main thing was being with my people, right? I get to say what's up to all the clubs, shake my hands, give my hugs, and just be there. Because that's what we all want to do. We all just want to be present. We want to be with each other, which is dope, right? So the guys from the Cabrones, Coyotes, those guys, it's like, shit, I don't even know where to start with them. Right? And then we have Genocide bringing into the picture. And that's a whole other realm, whole other group of guys that I love and care for, that have supported me and pushed me from the jump. So the least I can do is just be there, be present, break bread, say what's up, listen to some music, kick back, make more memories, right? And then on top of it, which was really cool, is I got to see Mikey's. He's out there making pizzas. So it's like, again, what more do I want? I'm with family the whole fucking day. I'm chilling, I'm laughing, I'm having all these conversations with people that honestly I don't really get to talk to very much, but because the show was so intimate, it was something really dope. You got to walk around and take your time. And again, maybe have conversations. You don't get to always have conversations with like certain people, right? So like, dude, I ended up for a cool minute. One of the guys from Genocide, Gerson, known him for a while. We get to talk here and there every now and then, but it's very rare that we get a moment where we get to just kick back and shoot the shit. And I finally did on Saturday. And I'm like, okay, cool. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm here for. All these conversations, all these things, all these different people. So it's like, those are things that I'm always going to remember. And it was an honor to be a part of that and to share it with everyone that was there. And I know it was really special for everybody that was there. So it's as rough as it is, you have to be able to take something good from it, right? So on Monday, I posted pictures of Puke's car, and I tried my best to shoot it a certain way. I wanted to be very respectful. I wanted to show details. I wanted to show things that made the car what he wanted, right? That it was his car. It wasn't just another car. And that's the thing, because I think all of these guys that are in this scene, that are in this way of life, they care so much about what they do, and everything is so individual. It could be inspired by other people, or it could be inspired by the era in itself, but each of these cars have their own personality. There isn't something that's just cookie cutter and it's just built, they all look the same. Like, that's not a thing. And that's one of the things I love so much about it. All the detail, all the fun shit that's in everyone's cars. And no one is the same. But one of Puke's close friends, that's essentially like his sister, reached out to me with the photo set and was just like, hey, you captured the soul of his car. Like, I can smell it. I can see it. I can feel like when I would go cruising with him. And when I hear shit like that, for me, again, I love what I do. I love it. I love taking pictures. I love doing video. I love design. I love anything that's within art, right? Like, it is my world. It's my life. It's my lifeline. And I'm very fortunate to be in this position. But then I hear things like this from people like that. That shit means everything. There's no doubt about it in my mind that it's like, this is why I do what I do. For these moments, that's not something that I was planning on, right? Like, I didn't take these pictures and do these things to be like, oh, dude, everyone's gonna love this shit. Like, no, it's like, yo, I just want y'all to see this. Check this out. This was the homie, and he's not here anymore. But look at this. This is what his people did for him. They put the car on display. There's candles everywhere. This is him. And hopefully you guys can see that. You can see the work that he did. You can see what's up. But then you take it a step further, and I forget too that, like, these things will mean and move people a certain way. Her, for example, somebody who loved and cared for him and spent a lot of time with him can turn around and say something like that. And I'm like, damn, dude, thank you. Like, I'm so fucking happy that this did that. That this set is something that can stand for you. Something that you love, something that you care for. And it reminds you of somebody that you love and that you care for. And that it pays homage to them in that way. Like, thank you. And again, I'm really glad. I'm glad I got to share this. And it's cool because I have some other things that are going to be coming out from this event. And I'm excited to share those with you guys. But that set and being at this event meant a lot. And it left me really pensive on Saturday. Like, when I got home, not like I was going through it, but I kind of, like, the whole day just left me. I had a lot of time to walk around, just kind of do my thing, be with myself. And I've been surrounded by death as of recent. There's been a few people that have passed in my life, and I'm like, huh. Which, again, sparked a lot of conversations, but ultimately it left me in a good spot. And that's what I'm trying to take from it, right? Like, there's something good out of everything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how the day turns out. It doesn't matter how bad shit could be. You have to find something good in it. And I took so much positive, so much good from Saturdays. And it led me into Sunday, which is cool. Like, the vibe was right. Like, once I got home, I ate Saturday night. I was chilling out. And I said, cool, I'm ready for tomorrow. Which I was really excited for. I was excited for Sunday, right? Because I had told you guys it was going to be a Sunday fun day. I was going to be tuning with the boys. And it was sick. It was everything that I needed it to be for that day, right? Like, it was dope. It was really fucking dope. So I get out to Albert's, get out there early in the morning, chilling out. I'm like, yo, this is what's going on. This is what we got to do today. He's like, yeah, for sure, man. That's what we're going to do. So we grubbed out, chilled. Sebastian gives me a call, and he's like, hey, bro, I need to go pick up some wheels, but I'm going to need your help. I said, okay, cool. He's like, it's going to be out your way. I said, come out, man. Let's make it happen. So Albert's truck has been down for a while. Did a motor swap on it, trying to get some other things done. And it's running. Everything's good. And on Sunday, we were going to have the maiden voyage for the truck. And he's driven it around the block, but it hasn't, like, really been out on the street. It hasn't gone anywhere, like an actual drive. So we got to do that on Sunday. And that was fucking sick. Like, I wanted to be with him in the truck, but I was like, nah, bro, you know what? I'm going to take mine. You take yours just in case. I'm not trying to put that, energy out there, but just in case something does go wrong or whatever, I can tow you back. So I was like, at least for right now, just follow me, I'll follow you, and it's all good. So we ended up taking the truck to go pick up Sebastian's wheels. The sickest possible shit, right? Because it's the three of us all built up, 37 plus tires, picking up some 40s that are in the back of my homie's truck. And it's fucking cool. Like, that shit makes me happy. Like, anytime I can get my boys together like that, it makes my heart so full. It's one of my favorite fucking things. I don't get to do it all the time. And it's one thing to go wheeling with the homies, but to have a day like Sunday is rare. Everybody's schedules are crazy. Not everyone can always link up. And then sometimes it just so happens to work out. And Sunday, everything just happened to fall into place. Like, I don't know how, but it really did. Like, by the time I got there, by the time we ate, I got the call from Sebastian. Everything was just like boom, 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 like perfect. There was no rushing. It was a great time, great fucking day. And I couldn't fucking complain about it. Like, I honestly have zero complaints, and it was fucking cool. So we get back to Albert's house, chilling out, take the 40s out. I pack up 2 in the FJ. We pack up 2 in Sebastian's Jeep. And after that, chilled out, made some celebratory drinks, talked some shit, started getting into some track shit, started talking about the Honda, what we're going to do, what the plan is, what's going on, not just for that day, but also for the 25th, like what we're trying to do, how we're trying to go about it. Because that's going to be a big day. It's our first track day with that car. And it's our first track day in a fucking long ass time. Like, normally we would go watch drifting or whatever's going on. Or if a homie's going to be on the track, we'd be out there too. It's cool. But it's been a long time. So we're excited just for our immediate friend group to do something like that, to have that kind of family outing. So I'm stoked for that. But it was dope. Once we had the drinks rolling, we got to kick back a little bit. We threw up the Easy app and we started getting down for the roll bar. So that whole process turned out fucking cool. Roll bar's in, it's ready to go. We're still waiting on a couple parts for the car. Got to redo the brakes. Gonna redo some other little bits. We're gonna fuck with the coilover some more, so we're gonna get the suspension all dialed in. Got some new springs for it, and it's gonna be a completely different car compared to the way it's been for the last couple years, right? Like, suspension's getting overhauled, brakes, we got roll bars in it, so now the whole chassis is stiffened up. It's also safer. We're putting in a new seat. Everything, there's all these little bits that are coming together, and it's like, oh fuck, dude, this is cool as shit. Like, this is what it feels like to be a kid again. Like, I remember having these days when I was like 17, 18 years old, even younger than that, being with the homies and their older brothers and then building their track cars. A lot of them at that time were a lot more involved in drag. So I spent a lot of time at Irwindale. So that was fucking cool. But that was one whole side, and I remember that. I remember having Saturdays. I remember having Sundays at their house, and it'd just be us chilling out, some hip hop playing, kicking back. Somebody's working on an SR, somebody's working on an RB, turbo parts everywhere, Subaru's here. It was fucking sick. It was rad. And it gave me that kind of flashback, and it was cool. I loved it. I loved just being there. And again, getting to share that also with Sebastian too. Because I'm like, yo, like, not that we went 2 separate ways, but he's really heavy into off-roading, and like, that's what he does. And he loves cars in general. But he doesn't get to tune a lot. Like, at least like, on the JDM side, like with, Honda, Infinities, anything like that. So anytime I get to bring him on that side, I'm like, fuck yeah, get over here, dude. We're going to be doing this. It's going to be sick. You got to check it out. Because it's different and it's cool. And it's something for me that I love very much. So anytime I get to share that with my people, I'm excited. I'm super fucking excited for that. So it was dope. Like, I really don't know how else to explain it to you guys. Like, it was a very meaningful day, and it was cool the way it ended. We got to barbecue, chill out, kick back. I got home and I felt good. I felt good. And then on top of it, I had somebody drop off some pastries for me on Sunday night, and I was like, ooh, hell yeah. So just cherry on top. It was a great fucking day. Great fucking day. And it left me thinking overall, is I'm like, all right, I'm trying to make the best decisions that I can. I'm trying to feed my soul. I'm trying to feed my persona, right? Because I want to be happy. I want to make the right decisions and do the right things, at least what I think is best for me at the time. And I've been very conscious of that. And I've noticed it since I've made a priority of, let's say, working out, that I'm putting myself first, that I'm making and carving out that time, like even if it's an hour, that's very much my time that I'm not giving to anybody else. And I'm like trying to look at the bigger picture, but also not stress myself out. Like when it comes to work, when it comes to my life, when it comes to the plan, right? And how things are working out, how they're not working out. And some of this kind of lends back to even the episode we had a couple weeks ago where I was talking about how you think or you plan your life to be a certain way and it doesn't pan out that way. And then you end up being really hard on yourself about it because you're like, fuck, I'm going to be 35. I thought I'd be a homeowner. I thought I'd be making this much money and, you know, I'd have this relationship. And then turns out you don't. And it's like, well, what the fuck? You're failing. And it's like, no, fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. But I do think what's important is you having to face where you are in that exact moment. And, you know, I read something that I thought was funny. It was a post by this guy, Lewis Howes. And I've talked about him before. He's like very big in like motivational speaking and stuff like that. And he kind of falls in the same realm as like Jay Shetty and just people of that caliber. And he posted this and I don't know. As soon as I read it, I was like, fuck, I'm never going to forget this in my entire life. And this is what it says. So someone asked me, if your life were a movie, what would the audience be screaming at the screen, telling you to do right now? And I won't stop thinking about that. One more time. If your life were a movie, what would the audience be screaming at the screen, telling you to do right now? And I won't stop thinking about that. That's one of those things to me that is very like it recreates a core memory immediately, because how many times have you guys watched movies, shows, whatever the fuck it is, and it's the whole don't go in that room, it's the whole don't open the door, or fucking go over here, or fucking kiss them, or jump, or make this, or do that, or just fucking leave, why are you still with them type of shit. And there's something so fucked up about this, because you're like, damn, dude, if you were watching your movie, what would you tell yourself? What would you be screaming? Right? What would you say? And now I feel like that's how I didn't realize it until I read this, but I've always kind of like, as of recent, I've been trying to make certain decisions. I didn't really know how to like influence them, but I was just like if I was on the outside kind of thing. But this sums it up like in the best fucking way possible. Like if I was watching my life as a movie, as a playback live, just before shit happened, how would I react to myself? How would I react being with this person? How would I react in this situation? What would I do? How would I say? Would I be happy to see it? Would I be fucked up? Would I feel some sort of way? And it's important that we look at our life that way, because we do it with everything else. We do it for everyone else. See it with the homies. We help them make decisions. We do what we got to do with our families. We tell them, hey, you know what? XYZ, or, oh, I wouldn't do that. You say you wouldn't do that, but if you're in that situation and you find yourself doing it, would you be yelling at the screen? So I'm like, fuck, dude, it made me think. I'm like, God damn it, I'm never going to forget that shit. I am never going to forget that. And I love that things like this is why the internet, it's like, God, sometimes that shit is cool. And at moments like this, when I find things like that, I said, all right, yeah, that's what I needed to read. This is what I wanted to hear. This is what I was searching for. And I didn't really know I was searching for it. And then I fucking found it. And here I am. That's how I'm trying to live my life right now. So that's my suggestion to you guys. Think about things like that. If your life was a movie, what would you be yelling at the screen? Would you be happy with the decisions you're making? Would you be happy with certain changes, with certain things, allowing certain people into your life, or keeping certain people around, or your job? Like, would you be yelling, fucking quit? And what are you going to do? Are you going to quit? You're going to make the jump? It's not that simple. I understand that. But I also think there's a certain point in life where you do have to make a fucking decision. You do have to make a choice. And we've also talked about this too, right? Like the odds of you being born and living this fucking life are so small. You have a better chance at winning the lottery multiple times over. And that's pretty insane to even have those odds. So it's like, what are you going to do with this life? Are you going to sit there and you're going to fucking half step everything? Are you going to wonder and do the whole what if thing? Or are you just going to fucking jump? Sometimes you got to jump. Maybe you just fuck everything off. And I understand that. Maybe you can't. But to a certain extent, there's always a way. You always have a choice. You can't say that you don't have a choice. You always have a choice. It might not be the best of options, but you always have a choice. Right? Think about it. And again, I know it's easier said than done. I know it's easy for me to sit here on fucking camera and tell you shit like that. But from personal experience, if I didn't make certain moves, if I didn't jump, if I didn't do certain things, nobody was going to do it for me. So what do you do when you're in between a rock and a hard place, right? You move, you shift, you shimmy in some way to get yourself out of it. So it might not be the easiest, but whatever decision you end up making, think about it as if you were watching your own movie. What would you be yelling at the screen? What would you be saying? What would you want that character to do? That character being you. What would you want them to do? And that leads me into this week's advice. And it's this. So let's be clear. Sacrificing yourself is not a love language. The reason why I bring this up is because this kind of goes in line with decision making, right? And doing and saying certain things. But sacrificing yourself for people, places, things is not how you show love. That is not a thing. It's one thing to do, let's say in the love language aspect, like acts of service. That is one thing, right? Sacrificing yourself is no love language at all. At all. Putting others before yourself, being selfless in a way, that's not a love language either. I think it's just a way of being. And I think a lot of us use that as a coping mechanism, or we've had some sort of reaction that's caused us to be that way. And it could be guilt. It could be all kinds of shit, right? But sacrificing yourself is not a love language. And that includes doing that to yourself, right? Like you don't have to sacrifice everything so that people and whatever the fuck in your life can just work, right? It's one thing to sacrifice like your time, your energy or whatever, if you have to, right? Like if you put time into things, but you shouldn't sacrifice yourself to other people as a way to show them that you love them, to your job, to anything. I think that's how people end up taking advantage. And that's how people kind of find these like little opportunities where they can turn around and say, oh, fuck, I know how to manipulate. And then you give into that because you're like, oh, you know, they love me, or people show me this, or that's how people want me. And it's like, no, you shouldn't have to give every part of yourself. If you sacrifice for yourself to make things better, to change your life in a certain way, to add some sort of positivity, promise, future, then cool, right? You will put time into things. You will. That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess technically that is sacrificing, right? Like if that's ultimately what it is. You will do that, and that's fine. But for yourself is one thing. For other people, places, things, whatever the fuck, family, completely different. Think about it. Sit there. And also do what were we just talking about, right? Like, how would you react in a movie if you saw yourself, right? If you saw somebody breaking their back for somebody who doesn't give a shit in a movie, what do you say? What the fuck are they doing? Why are they doing that? Same thing if you saw them in a job and they're just fucking giving their everything and they're getting the fucking minimum. They're getting a % raise a year, and that part comes up in the movie and you're like, oh my fucking God. They put everything they had and all they got was a %. Like, fuck that place. Leave that shit. Fuck it, dude. Like, it's going to be scary. I get it. You have bills to pay and you have shit, but like, fuck that. Leave. You'd still yell at the screen, right? That's exactly what you'd say. So think about it in that way, right? What would you do to watch your character from the outside? And think about it. Every decision that you make, when big shit comes up, when small things, if you're in a fucked up relationship or you're in this weird situationship, what would you tell yourself? So think about it. Think about it. And again, this isn't something that I necessarily was going to try and like base the whole podcast around. But when I read this and after the conversations I had over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday were good for me. Saturday especially. So that's why I tell you guys, take these last 2 bits, right? Like that quote that I saw that Lewis posted, the advice for the week. Take those 2 things into consideration. Think about them constantly. Think about how much you sacrifice, who you're sacrificing for, and how all of that is given back to you. And then on top of it, what would you do if you're watching your life from the outside? If it was on the big screen, what would you be telling yourself? So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for all the support that you give me, that you give this podcast. However it is that you take it in, whether you're listening, whether you're watching, however. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week, an incredible weekend ahead, and I will catch you guys on the next one.